Today on The Young and the Restless, Audra gives as good as she gets, Chelsea offers Summer advice, and Victor negotiates with Adam, Sharon, and Nick. At Crimson Lights, Chelsea tells Billy how nervous she is at the prospect of returning to the fashion world. She recaps that she really liked working on Omega Sphere, but then this opportunity came along. She marvels at the responsibility she'd be taking on at Marchetti. She's full of ideas. Billy offers to be a sounding board. Chelsea lays some pitches on him. Billy declares, "You're going to crush it." Chelsea thanks him for always being her biggest supporter. Billy is so proud of her. She's making bold choices, she's strong, and it's a thing of beauty. Chelsea relays that she's meeting Summer. Billy wishes her luck on her first day, though she won't need it. At the jazz lounge, Nick joins Sharon and Adam, who tells them that after listening to what they had to say, he's reconsidered. "I am going to stay at Augustus. I'm going to work with my brother. I am very interested to hearing about your merger idea." Sharon beams as Adam says Nick made him see that he can keep fighting their father or choose good business. Sharon declares, "This is wonderful," and thanks Nick for convincing Adam. Nick knows Victor was secretly hoping Adam would change his mind. Adam hasn't told him yet but has been summoned. Sharon vows this is the right thing for everyone. Sharon is convinced that their two companies are a great fit. Nick agrees about the synergy. Sharon thinks it could be really special. Nick finds it more appealing to build something new than to help Newman continue down its well-established path. Adam teases that his big brother is an inspiration. Seriously, he's in. He remarks on them all having an entrepreneurial spirit. Sharon thinks it could be incredible, and Nick doesn't even have anything sarcastic to say. Adam warns they need to lay out their plans to Victor before he changes the plan or nixes it completely. At the GTAC, Summer confronts Audra and accuses her of being a gold digger for going after Kyle. Audra responds, "A little tacky, don't you think?" Summer laughs, "The other woman is calling me tacky." Audra muses, "I'm not sure the other woman really suits me." She adds that she has her own money, and it wasn't Kyle's financial assets that attracted her to him. Audra questions why Summer is torturing herself. Summer reminds the brunette that she and Kyle are still married. Audra doesn't see how she affects that one way or the other. Kyle is an adult and makes his own decisions, or is that something new? Summer asks, "What's that supposed to mean?" Audra points out that she's trying to pin this all on her, which means she must believe Kyle can be controlled and manipulated. Maybe that's the real issue. Audra says Kyle has free will, and if he wanted to be with Summer, he would be. And yet, here you are, all on your own. Summer informs Audra that she does blame Kyle, but that doesn't stop her from being disgusted with her and Kyle and the damage they've done. Audra squints. "Done to whom? Are you the victim here? No part in the destruction of your relationship." She advises Summer to walk away with her head held high and show some class. Summer sneers at Audra, talking to her about class. She says she and Kyle have a son together, and she will protect him no matter what, especially from his dad's mistakes. Audra has zero interest in interfering with their little family unit. She thinks Summer is using her son to justify this self-righteous anger about her and Kyle working together and other things. She tells Summer, "You're the one who got burned here. You thought you could do whatever you wanted and Kyle would be there waiting. Look where that got you." Just then, Kyle walks in and asks, "What's going on here?" At the ranch, Nick, Sharon, and Adam arrive for their audience with Victor, who is pleasantly surprised as Nick declares they agree with everything he's proposed. Sharon goes on about how the three of them complement one another. Adam says he's on board, though he's not as thrilled about his plan as the other two. He's concerned about being under Dad's thumb or Victoria's, even Nick's. Victor wonders if they have a problem. Adam is ready to go. They believe that achieving great success will prove they don't need to be controlled. Victor hopes Adam will get rid of the chip on his shoulder regarding his sister Victoria, and this will disabuse him of the idea of destroying Newman Media. Adam has only one requirement, that you give us 6 months of absolutely free reign. Nick and Sharon look at him in surprise. At the GTAC, Summer informs Kyle that she and Audra were just having a little chat. She advises the brunette to think about changing her perfume because hers is really strong. It smells cheap. "I think Kyle can still get you a discount at Jabot if you want." Kyle says, "Okay," and Summer storms off. Audra tells him that Summer is having a hard time accepting the end of their marriage and is still in love with him. Kyle says too much has happened to go back. Audra asks, "Are you sure about that?" She wonders if this is just a separation. She's thrilled to be working together, and they've been having fun, but if Kyle's having second thoughts, he should let her know. She can handle it. With that, Audra gets up and leaves. In crimson lights, Chelsea smiles and flashes back to a past conversation with Billy about what she's overcome and kisses her. Summer walks in, composes herself, and then joins Chelsea, who lets her know she's excited and grateful for the opportunity. She rambles about how supportive Billy has been and shows off a bracelet he gave her. Summer remarks that they've come a long way. Summer chokes up explaining how she and Kyle used to do weekly status meetings. Chelsea is sure the situation with Kyle is very difficult and tells Summer if she needs to vent, she's there to listen. Summer complains that she and Kyle worked so hard to get to where they were. They did it, and they were happy and in love. And then Diane came back to town. She ruined everything. She drove her mom crazy. And that made her susceptible to bad influences. Summer had no choice but to defend her mother. Chelsea thinks it must have been terrifying for her to think she was going to lose her forever. Summer can't do it over. All that matters is that this whole thing has destroyed her marriage. Kyle didn't even take a moment to grieve. He took a job at Newman Media and slept with Audra Charles. Chelsea's jaw drops. Summer feels like their marriage, their vows, all of that stuff was a lie. Chelsea gets it. She warns she may not get answers to her questions. All she can do is try to forgive herself. Summer doesn't know how to move on without answers. Chelsea knows it's hard to let go of the vision you had for your future, especially if there's a child involved. Summer laments that she misses Harrison every day and says the child has gone through so much already. How can Kyle think that abandoning their marriage is the right thing to do? Chelsea gives it to her straight. Sometimes when something is over, it's over. She should stop clinging to the past and torturing herself with what-ifs and live in the present. Billy joins Kyle at the GCAC bar and asks, "So, Newman, huh?" Newman Media, right hand to Audra Charles. Kyle says it feels like a good fit and claims he's not trying to get back at his dad. Billy gets it, he's been in that situation. Kyle insists he didn't take the job out of desperation. Billy wishes him luck. Audra can be a handful. Kyle hedges, "Audra and I understand each other." Billy thinks that's a good thing and tells him he probably made a good decision leaving Jabba when he did. Jack and Ashley are going to war. Kyle can't see why his father doesn't just cut her loose as he did him and let her take what's hers. Billy argues, "And let everything your grandfather built just go to hell." Kyle thinks dividing and moving on has its advantages. Billy wonders if they're talking about business or Summer. Kyle characterizes the breakup as liberating, which Billy takes exception to. Kyle insists there's no way back after what Summer did. Billy hopes he can find a way to forgive her. They share a child together. "I hope you find what you're looking for." He leaves and Audra sidles up to Kyle, who invites her to have a private conversation. She leads him up to her room. At the ranch, Sharon and Nick co-sign Adam's request. Nick feels Victor looking over their shoulders won't allow them to get the results they need. Victor barks, 3 months. That will give him enough time to suss out whether Adam intends to go after Victoria. Adam says Augustus Kirsten won't be a standalone company for long. Victor intends to bring it under the Newman umbrella, which means that Newman Media will become redundant. Victor accuses him of wanting to wipe it out entirely and says, "Not an option." Adam doesn't want to wipe it out. He wants to put it all together as one big happy company. Victor looks intrigued. Adam insists it will work. Victor shakes his head no. Adam keeps selling the idea as they'd have no competition. Nick and Sharon agree with him. Victor says they're forgetting that Victoria is the CEO and is loyal to her people. What's going to happen to Audra Charles in this scenario? Adam grimaces, "You want to keep things in the family, right, Dad? This is the way we can make that happen." Victor values family above all else, but that doesn't mean he doesn't sometimes enjoy input from other people. He's thinking of Neil Winters and Michael Baldwin. Adam points out that Audra is hardly in their league and only ended up at Newman Media because Victoria put Nate in Nick's position. She'll surely land on her feet if she's pushed out. She seems very adept at that. Besides, does anybody really trust her? Nick doesn't know enough about her. Sharon only knows her through Noah. Adam says she's associated with Tucker McCall and is utterly expendable. Victor intones, "We shall see."